Sunny Hostin is known for speaking truth to power, unafraid to call out corruption, demand accountability, and stand firm in her beliefs. But now, the tables have turned. The fierce legal analyst on The View is facing scrutiny of her own. Her husband, esteemed surgeon Emanuel Hostin, is at the center of a federal insurance fraud case that's causing a media frenzy. But that's not all. There are whispers that Sunny herself may be involved. Could this scandal destroy her career and reputation? Buckle up, because this story is far from straightforward. Emanuel Hostin wasn't just a respected orthopedic surgeon, he was a prominent figure in the medical community. Known for his expertise and high-profile clientele, Emanuel had a reputation that few could touch. But now, that reputation is crumbling. The bombshell lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance paints a shocking picture. Emanuel is accused of running an elaborate fraud scheme that involved unnecessary surgeries and falsified medical records, leading to millions of dollars in fraudulent claims. The case has taken the public by surprise. It's not just a case of medical malpractice. It's an organized criminal operation that goes far beyond the realm of healthcare. Investigators allege that patients were subjected to unnecessary treatments or surgeries, with insurance claims filed for procedures that were never even performed. The scale of this scheme could be massive, and if the allegations hold up, the ramifications will be nothing short of devastating. But it's not just Emanuel's career that's on the line. As the legal proceedings unfold, the spotlight is turning toward his wife, Sunny Hostin. Could she have known about the fraud? Did she play any role in covering it up? The public is demanding answers, and the media is quick to sensationalize every new development. Was Sunny blind to her husband's actions, or was she complicit in the operation? Sunny's career, built on years of credibility as a legal expert and federal prosecutor, is now in jeopardy. The longer she remains silent, the more the public questions whether she was involved, or worse, whether she turned a blind eye to her husband's crimes. Things take a dramatic turn when it's revealed that the case is being prosecuted under the RICO Act. This law, commonly used to dismantle criminal organizations and the mafia, signals that the government isn't treating this as a typical fraud case. The allegations now carry the weight of organized crime, and the penalties are severe. Under RICO, penalties can be tripled, and if the allegations are proven true, Emanuel could be facing billions of dollars in damages. But that's not all. The RICO laws also open the door for federal charges against anyone associated with the scheme, including potential co-conspirators. This is no longer just about one doctor. It's about a far-reaching operation, and it's casting a dark shadow over the Hostin family. The government's aggressive stance on this case has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, leaving many questioning the extent of the fraud operation. Some experts argue this could become one of the largest insurance fraud cases in history, rivaling some of the most notorious scams the public has ever seen. But what role did Sunny Hostin play in all of this? Was she a passive observer, or did she have a hand in her husband's activities? The stakes couldn't be higher. If the Hostins are found guilty, they risk losing everything: wealth, reputation, and possibly their freedom. And as the investigation continues, the public's curiosity about Sunny's involvement is growing. What did she know? And when did she know it? The situation takes another shocking turn when it's reported that federal agents executed a search warrant at the Hostins' home. The raid has set off a media firestorm, with sources leaking details about what was found inside the residence. Among the items discovered, large sums of cash, a potentially damning piece of evidence that could tie Emanuel to the fraud case. This is a critical moment in the investigation. If the cash is connected to fraudulent insurance payouts, it could serve as a smoking gun in the case. The discovery raises new questions about the Hostins' financial situation and whether any of that money made its way into Sunny's hands. Could she have been aware of her husband's illicit dealings? Or is she truly in the dark, caught up in a scandal she never saw coming? As federal investigators comb through the financial records seized during the raid, they may uncover links between the Hostins that could change the entire course of the case. If Sunny is found to have had any involvement in the fraud, whether through money laundering, conspiracy, or even just a lack of oversight, her career could be over. The pressure is mounting, and the world is watching. For Sunny, the raid has brought her private life into the public eye in a way she never anticipated. As a legal expert, she is no stranger to the intricacies of criminal investigations. But now, she is facing the possibility that she could be implicated in one of the biggest legal scandals of the decade. The weight of this revelation could crush her career, or it could mark the beginning of a fight to clear her name. The most pressing question surrounding this scandal is whether Sunny Hostin knew about her husband's criminal activities. Sunny built her career as a former federal prosecutor, someone trained to spot fraud and corruption from a mile away. So, how could she not have known about the scheme her husband is accused of running? Social media is ablaze with theories, some of which suggest that Sunny was complicit in the fraud. Could she have used her legal expertise to help Emanuel cover his tracks? Did she help him conceal the fraudulent activities? Or is it possible that she was simply naive, trusting her husband, and never questioning the money that was flowing into their household? As more details of the investigation emerge, it's clear that public opinion is divided. Some believe that Sunny must have known, while others argue that she may have been too caught up in her own career to notice what was happening behind the scenes. The question remains, was she an unwitting accomplice? Or is she a victim of her husband's deceit? Her silence on the matter is not helping her case. Viewers are demanding answers, but Sunny has yet to address the growing speculation. As the pressure builds, the question is no longer just about Emanuel, it's about Sunny's role in the scandal. And if it turns out that she was involved in any way, her credibility as a legal analyst could be forever shattered. The scandal has now reached the highest levels of The View and ABC. The network has found itself at the center of a storm, with the fate of one of its most prominent stars hanging in the balance. The View has long been a cash cow for ABC, and losing Sunny Hostin could have significant financial implications. The network has invested years into building her image as a strong, reliable legal voice. But with the ongoing fraud investigation, ABC executives are now faced with tough choices. Sources close to the network claim that ABC is already considering potential replacements for Sunny, especially if the evidence against her becomes too damning to ignore. If it turns out that she was involved in the fraud, whether as a participant or simply by failing to report it, the network could sever ties with her immediately. But even if she's cleared of any wrongdoing, the damage to her reputation might be irreparable. Sunny's popularity as a TV personality could also take a hit. She's been a beloved figure on The View, known for her sharp wit and fearless opinions. But the allegations against her husband have caused many to question whether she can continue to represent the values of transparency and justice. If ABC decides to distance itself from her, it may signal the end of her career on television. But Sunny isn't backing down. She continues to deny all involvement in the fraud case, insisting that she had no knowledge of her husband's alleged actions. Her public statement, however, has done little to quell the mounting suspicion. As the investigation unfolds, the public's appetite for answers only grows stronger. As the investigation progresses, the media frenzy shows no signs of slowing down. The public's curiosity about the Hostins' personal lives has reached a fever pitch. Every new development, every rumor, every statement from sources close to the family is being dissected and analyzed. The pressure on Sunny is mounting, and the constant media attention is starting to take its toll. The public's judgment of Sunny is swift and unforgiving. Despite her firm denial of any wrongdoing, many are still convinced that there's more to the story. People are questioning her integrity, wondering how someone so intelligent and experienced could have failed to see what was going on under her own roof. The constant barrage of questions, both online and in the press, has put Sunny in an increasingly difficult position. She's being painted as either a victim or an accomplice, with little room for a middle ground. Sunny's defenders argue that her legal expertise makes it unlikely that she would willingly participate in a fraud scheme. After all, she built her career on prosecuting individuals for fraud and corruption. But in the court of public opinion, perception is often more powerful than facts. The media, eager for a juicy scandal, has already made up its mind, and the speculation continues to spiral. While Sunny's fate remains uncertain, it's clear that the public is divided. Some still stand by her, believing that she had no knowledge of Emanuel's alleged crimes. Others, however, feel that the evidence points to something much darker. With every passing day, the media continues to turn up the heat, and Sunny finds herself caught in the crossfire. The legal battle is now fully underway, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As the case moves forward, both Emanuel and Sunny are facing intense scrutiny from federal investigators. While Emanuel is at the center of the fraud charges, Sunny's involvement remains a key point of interest. Legal experts are watching closely, with many predicting that this could become one of the most high-profile legal cases of the decade. For Emanuel, the charges are serious. If convicted, he faces a lengthy prison sentence, significant fines, and the permanent loss of his medical license. The criminal nature of the charges, combined with the potential for billions of dollars in damages under the RICO laws, means that he could lose everything. But it's not just his freedom that's at risk. His reputation as a trusted doctor has been irreparably tarnished, and his future in the medical field is uncertain. As for Sunny, the legal road ahead is equally uncertain. While she hasn't been formally charged, the continued investigation into her possible involvement in the fraud case has raised concerns. Legal experts suggest that if there's any evidence linking her to the scheme, whether through financial records, email communications, or other documents, she could face charges of her own. It's still unclear whether Sunny will be directly implicated, but the possibility looms large. For now, the Hostins are fighting for their freedom, their careers, and their reputations. The road ahead is long, and with every passing day, the pressure on them increases. The legal process is slow, but the public's interest in this case shows no signs of waning. As the investigation deepens, new revelations could surface at any moment, adding another twist to this already complicated and highly charged case. As the Hostins' personal and professional lives hang in the balance, the strain on their family is becoming increasingly visible. Despite their years of marriage, the couple is facing an unprecedented challenge that's threatening to unravel everything they've built together. Sources close to the family report that tensions are running high, with both Emanuel and Sunny struggling to cope with the public fallout. For Emanuel, the pressure of the fraud charges is immense. He's facing the very real possibility of prison time, not to mention the loss of his career and reputation. But it's not just his own future that he's worried about. His actions have put Sunny's career and reputation at risk as well. As the public questions whether she knew about his fraudulent activities, the emotional toll on the couple's relationship is clear. Sunny, too, is feeling the weight of the situation. As a mother and a wife, she's always been fiercely protective of her family. But now, she's being forced to confront a nightmare scenario that could shatter everything she holds dear. In the face of relentless media coverage and public judgment, Sunny's ability to maintain her composure is being tested. It's one thing to be a legal analyst in the courtroom. It's another to be the subject of a high-stakes criminal investigation. The Hostins are facing a family crisis on top of a professional one, and the emotional toll is evident. How the couple navigates this storm will determine not only their futures, but the future of their family. As the legal battles unfold, it's clear that the fallout from this scandal will extend far beyond the courtroom. As the case drags on, public opinion begins to shift. At first, many believed Sunny was a victim of circumstance, an innocent bystander caught up in her husband's fraudulent activities. However, as more information comes to light, some members of the public are starting to change their tune. The idea that Sunny may have known, or worse, actively helped her husband, is gaining traction in certain circles. Social media platforms are flooded with discussions, with some users expressing doubt about Sunny's denials. "How could she not know?" is a common refrain, as people begin to question how a former federal prosecutor could have missed the signs of fraud in her own home. Critics are increasingly vocal, arguing that her silence is making her seem complicit, whether she is or not. Meanwhile, Sunny's supporters continue to rally behind her, insisting that the allegations against her are baseless and that she is being unfairly targeted. They point to her long-standing reputation as a legal expert, arguing that she would never have knowingly allowed such behavior to happen under her watch. But despite these defenses, the public perception of Sunny is beginning to shift, and that could have serious consequences for her career. The once unwavering support for Sunny is now divided, and the pressure for her to publicly address the allegations is growing. As the public continues to scrutinize every detail of the case, the stakes for her future become even higher. In the midst of the ongoing legal battle, new witnesses have come forward, each adding fuel to the fire of speculation. Some claim to have seen Emanuel Hostin engaging in questionable practices during his medical procedures, while others have come forward with information about financial transactions that could be linked to the alleged fraud scheme. These new revelations are shaking the already fragile foundation of the Hostins' defense. What's particularly troubling for the Hostins is that some of these witnesses are former colleagues and patients of Emanuel. One patient in particular has claimed that they were pressured into undergoing unnecessary surgeries by Emanuel's office staff, which would have been billed to insurance companies as part of the fraudulent scheme. This patient, along with several others, is expected to testify in court, and their testimony could prove pivotal. While the defense team for the Hostins is working hard to discredit these witnesses and their testimonies, the damage to the couple's public image has already been done. Every new witness only adds to the narrative that they may have been involved in criminal activities. As more and more individuals come forward with damning accusations, it's becoming increasingly difficult to maintain the illusion of innocence. The next few weeks could be critical, as these testimonies are expected to play a major role in the ongoing investigation. Whether or not the Hostins are able to counter these claims will determine how much longer they can hold onto their public personas. With each new piece of evidence, the walls are closing in. In the face of mounting public pressure and legal scrutiny, Sunny Hostin has taken a bold step. She's hired a high-powered legal team to fight back. Known for her sharp legal mind, Sunny is not one to back down easily, and she's determined to clear her name. Her new legal team is preparing a vigorous defense, aiming to show that there's no concrete evidence linking her to her husband's alleged crimes. Sunny has also made it clear that she won't remain silent on the issue. In a recent public statement, she passionately denied any involvement in the fraud scheme, stating that she had no knowledge of her husband's alleged illegal activities. She also vowed to cooperate fully with the investigation and maintain transparency throughout the legal process. However, her critics are still skeptical, and many feel that her public statements are more about damage control than revealing the truth. Despite her best efforts, Sunny's counterattack is facing significant challenges. The media remains focused on her potential involvement, and her legal team is finding it difficult to convince the public that she's truly innocent. Furthermore, the longer the case drags on, the harder it becomes for Sunny to maintain her position as a trusted legal expert on television. As Sunny prepares to face an intense courtroom battle, she knows that her career and her reputation are on the line. But is she truly innocent, or is this just a strategic move to distance herself from the mounting evidence? The public's judgment will likely shape the outcome of both her legal case and her future in the public eye. The media's influence over the Hostin scandal cannot be underestimated. With each new detail that leaks, the media plays a crucial role in shaping public perception. Stories about Sunny's legal battles, Emanuel's past surgeries, and the ever-growing list of witnesses are plastered across headlines, with sensationalized narratives driving the conversation. For many, the media is the first and only source of information. The constant barrage of headlines has created a climate of fear and uncertainty, with people forming opinions based on limited facts. Whether or not Sunny is ultimately convicted, the media coverage will likely have lasting consequences on her career. Many former public figures have been irrevocably damaged by similar scandals, regardless of their legal outcome. Some argue that the media is doing its job by covering this high-profile case, but others believe it's fueling a witch hunt. Critics of the press claim that the media has been too quick to convict Sunny in the court of public opinion, disregarding the presumption of innocence. In reality, however, the public's obsession with scandal often trumps the importance of due process. The power of the media in cases like this cannot be overstated. As the Hostin story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: public perception will be shaped more by what the media chooses to focus on than by the actual facts of the case. Despite the chaos surrounding their lives, the Hostins' immediate family has remained relatively tight-lipped. Close friends and family members have been offering emotional support behind the scenes, but there's been no indication that they are taking sides publicly. While Emanuel faces the brunt of the legal accusations, Sunny's loved ones are keeping a close eye on the situation, knowing that any misstep could have far-reaching consequences. Sources close to the family have revealed that Sunny has leaned heavily on her children for support. They are reportedly rallying around their mother, doing their best to maintain normalcy in their day-to-day lives despite the ongoing media storm. In private, the Hostins have reportedly been doing everything they can to protect their family unit, but the constant public scrutiny is taking its toll. One of the biggest challenges for the Hostins has been the division within their close circles. Some friends are standing by them, offering moral support, and expressing belief in their innocence. However, there are also those who have distanced themselves from the couple, uncertain of the truth and unwilling to be associated with a scandal of this magnitude. As the case progresses, the question remains: how much longer can the Hostins rely on their family's support? With everything hanging in the balance, the emotional toll on the couple and on their children is bound to intensify. The public and media may not be showing any mercy, but at least within their family, the Hostins are finding some solace, though it may not be enough to withstand the storm. The scandal has also cast a long shadow over The View and its network, ABC. The daytime talk show is a platform that has seen its fair share of controversies, but nothing like this. As the legal battle escalates, rumors are swirling about the possibility of ABC pulling Sunny from the show. Insiders have indicated that the network is weighing its options, with some even suggesting that a temporary suspension could be in the cards until the situation is resolved. This has caused unease within the production team, as The View has relied on Sunny's legal insights to attract viewers. With the credibility of one of their key co-hosts in question, the show faces an uncertain future. If public opinion turns against Sunny, ABC could be forced to make a difficult decision, which could impact the future of The View itself. While some fans of the show have rallied around Sunny, others are demanding accountability. The network's decision on how to handle the situation could have serious implications for its long-term success. Will ABC stand by its star, or will they sever ties in an effort to protect their brand? As the case continues to unfold, there are still many unanswered questions. Was Sunny truly unaware of her husband's alleged fraudulent activities, or was she complicit in some way? Will Emanuel face the full brunt of the law, or will his connections and status as a respected doctor allow him to avoid the harshest consequences? And most importantly, what will become of the Hostins? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This scandal has shaken Hollywood and the public to its core. Whether Sunny and Emanuel can weather the storm, or whether their careers and lives will be irreparably damaged, remains to be seen. With new twists emerging daily, it's clear that the Hostin saga is far from over. As this case continues to unfold, the public and the media will be watching closely, waiting for the next bombshell to drop. In the meantime, the Hostins are left to deal with the fallout of their decisions, knowing that their future and the future of their family may depend on the outcome of the legal battles ahead. Will they be vindicated, or will this scandal mark the end of their once promising careers?